Hey, this is Dr. Eric Osansky, and on Monday, November 2nd, I will be having another 21-day challenge, this one on overcoming Graves' disease and Hashimoto's. And I figured I'd put together a presentation where I discuss 5 goals of this upcoming challenge. So let's go ahead and begin. But let's start out by discussing who is this challenge for. So obviously it's for those who have Graves' disease or Hashimoto's thyroiditis or the antibodies to both Graves' and Hashimoto's, and those who are looking to do everything they can to find or remove their triggers, correct other underlying imbalances, as well as heal their gut. And a sense of humor isn't required to join, but as mentioned here, it's highly preferred. So of course, I do take helping people with Graves' disease and Hashimoto seriously, but during the challenge, I do try to have some fun at times. And also at times there'll be a cat in the background. I have 3 cats. I promise there won't be 3 cats in the background, but with previous challenges, every now and then there was a cat walking across my screen. So I have 2 dogs too, but there won't be any dogs in the background, so you don't have to worry about barking dogs. All right, so goal number 1 is to show you how to optimize your immune health through daily lessons and priority action steps. So every day you will receive a recorded lesson. And the great thing about the recorded lesson is that it doesn't matter where you live, whether you're in the United States or Europe or Australia. Again, since these are recorded, you can watch these at your convenience. And then with each lesson, there will be a priority action step because the goal is, of course, to try to get you to take action. Goal number 2, to assist in helping you find or remove your triggers, as well as correct other underlying imbalances, heal your gut. And so the goal isn't to restore your health within 21 days because that's unrealistic, but just again, to put you on the path to helping you find, remove triggers, correcting underlying imbalances, healing your gut. And so you'll get plenty of information and support with this during this 21-day challenge. Goal number 3 is to get all of your questions answered through the daily coaching calls and weekly Q&A sessions. So in addition to the daily recorded lessons, every day there will be a live coaching call, and typically it'll be 30 to 45 minutes. The first 5 to 10 minutes, I will give a summary of the daily lesson, and then we'll open it up for questions. And then once per week, we'll have an extended 90-minute Q&A session. And another difference with the Q&A session is that you can email your questions ahead of time. With the daily coaching calls, I only answer questions live. However, I do rotate the times of the calls and Q&A sessions to accommodate those in different time zones. So most of the calls will be either 1 p.m. Eastern time or 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, which if you're overseas, it's the same time zone as in New York. Even though I'm not in New York, I'm actually right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, but it's the same time zone as New York. And sometimes the times will differ. So 1 o'clock typically will be the time of the afternoon sessions, but sometimes it will be at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And there'll be a schedule, so you can look at the schedule. You know the dates and times of all the calls, so you can plan ahead. Goal number 4, allow you to connect with others who have Graves' disease and Hashimoto's and want to address the root cause of their condition. So there will be a group on Facebook and a group outside of Facebook, because I know not everybody's on Facebook. And we did this with our last challenge. We had about 100 participants in our Facebook group. Overall, we had about a little over 150 people participate in the challenge. Not everybody joined the 2 communities. So about 100 people joined the Facebook community, and about 25 people joined the non-Facebook community. And there was a lot of engagement. People got to know each other. As I mentioned, it's not a requirement. So if you don't want to join either community, you don't have to. But I recommend joining one of them. If you're on Facebook, might as well join the Facebook group. And it's a private Facebook group. So I have a larger Facebook group that's a few thousand people. There will be a separate Facebook group for the challenge. And then again, for those who are not on Facebook, there will be an opportunity to join a different group where you could engage with others. And finally, goal number 5 is to put you on the path to reversing your autoimmune thyroid condition so that you can feel great again. So as I mentioned earlier, the goal of the 21-day challenge isn't to help you reverse your condition in 21 days because that's unrealistic, but to, again, put you on the path to finding and removing your triggers, healing your gut, correcting underlying imbalances, And for more information or to join the challenge, please visit thyroidhealthchallenge.com/enroll 2020. Once you visit the page, you'll see a lot of testimonials from the past two challenges, the past two longer challenges. I did have a shorter 5-day free challenge this past summer, but the testimonials are from I had a 21-day challenge, and then I had a 30-day challenge. So this again will be another 21-day challenge, and you could watch some video testimonials, or there's written testimonials, and of course you could learn more about the components of the challenge. And so either way, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the challenge. Hope I have the opportunity to serve you, and hope you have an awesome day. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to get the opportunity to serve you in the upcoming challenge. Again, Monday, November 2nd.
If anybody's thinking about this, trying this challenge, I was a little bit hesitant, but I'm so glad I did. And I learned so much. If it has anything to do with money-wise, I would have paid a lot more, I'll tell you that. But if it's not, I mean, if it's money-wise, then it's understandable. But it's all worth it. And I thank you for that, Dr. Eric Kozensky and your team so much. Thank you.
I wanted to save my thyroid, and I wanted to do the least invasive measures. I don't want to have my thyroid operated on or surgically removed. And this program really gives me hope that I can heal my thyroid naturally. And with all the examples that Dr. Eric and his team have helped so many people, and he's done it himself. I mean, it's really powerful to learn from someone that has conquered thyroid disease himself. And I think that one firsthand account and experience on top of being a doctor, that really gives me a lot of confidence in what Dr. Eric has to say.
I've spent vast amounts of money over the years trying to get my health better, and I've seen loads and loads of alternative practitioners. But this challenge will help you understand all your own triggers and what you need to eliminate in your life to help improve your health.
After being, 26 days in, I would say to do it for sure, because I feel like that I'm going to find the triggers that have caused my autoimmune conditions, and that I'm going to be able to get in remission and get off of medication, which are two of my goals at the end of this.
You are very detailed. I like that you're very detailed. And when you answer questions, you kind of go, you give a little bit more, you give examples, you don't rush through things. So I found that really helpful. And also go back to the action steps. For me, like as you can tell, my time is really limited. So the action steps, knowing exactly this is what you're going to start doing. And it's okay, good. Now I know what I'm going to start doing. You're not what I like about how you did the challenge is I didn't have to do any extra research. All I had to do was watch the video and do the action step. And that's really helpful, because sometimes you sign up for these things and now you got to look up this and look up that.
I would definitely say is a very good value for money, because first of all, you get a lot of content. There are the extensive Q&A sessions that we have, where a lot of questions are being answered. And then, of course, you have the conversation with lifestyle coach, which was also very beneficial. And then, of course, all the content is stored in the membership area. So all the links and the recordings you can review them over there, because it's a lot of content, of course. But of course, having access to the membership area means that you can review it whenever you want. So it's very good value for money.
I mean, you've got so many resources posted up there. You've got links. And every time you mention something, you put the link up there. You've got resources. You've got your outlines. So, I mean, that was worth what I paid. And the lifestyle call was worth what I paid, and the class. So it's kind of like it got tripled or quadrupled or something. So yeah, a lot of value, I'm going to be going back and referring to stuff later. And you took a lot of time to do that. I mean, you could have just been given the class and let go, but you take the time to post all this stuff. So thank you.
I think I was able to find my root causes, and one of them, if I can just say that right now, it happened to be, I believe, mold. And that's the one that I would never have thought about. But the more that I examined, like I said, as I plucked away at the petals, I realized that I live in Washington State and it's really kind of damp here. And I realized that it all made sense. So I would not have come to that conclusion without you and your help.
What I gained most from the course was the value of exploring all possible triggers, trying to find the right trigger. And I think in my case, there's multiple triggers, but I made progress in that respect. Learning about what to look for, how to explore what could possibly be causing my condition.
The diet and lifestyle call with Tracy was awesome. She was very motivating and supportive. And we talked a lot about gut health and different things that I could do for that. So yes, it was great.
But I want to say this. I learned more in the 30-day challenge than from 16 professionals and actually 28 books. So this challenge has really changed my life. So this is why I was so excited even just to tell people about it, even though I couldn't get on camera.
I have been on my journey for a very long time, and I've tried a lot of different resources. I've spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and I can tell you 100% that this is everything that you need to put into one great, amazing challenge, and it is invaluable. The price that you pay is nothing compared to what you gain from it.
For me, I was worried about the money part because I was like $99, and for me, like right now where my life is, that's a lot. But I will say that it was the best investment, and I had to think about like, okay, this is investing in myself. And I think that if you are hesitant about doing the program, just think if you have had just difficulty and really navigating through your hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, and you need access to someone that's very knowledgeable about what you went through, that genuinely cares about your well-being and wants to see your growth, I think that this is a program you should do and invest in yourself. Like if that's a lot to you, I get it. It's a lot to me, but it's worth it because just the knowledge I gained because of this program was worth it. It was worth the money. So I think if you're feeling hesitant, just think this is worth the time and effort and energy to invest in myself, because I'm going to get a lot of information I otherwise wouldn't have. I'm going to have access to someone that knows what they're talking about. And I just think it's well worth your time to do this program.
There are a lot of things that I never knew about my taking care of my thyroid. So I feel very hopeful. I feel very good that, after doing this challenge, I think I'm going to be able to do it. Your understanding, your knowledge is phenomenal. I mean, it's just, and I would really, really encourage people to do it, because I think it was literally God sent, the challenge that you had.
You are selfless and you spend so much time with us every day, hours. It's supposed to be like an hour, and then you always go over, and you are just answer every person's question every single time, and about testing and just everything that you could think of that you want to know. You know it, and if you don't know it for some reason, it's some crazy question someone asks you, then you find out and you let us know afterwards.
I even went back and just went through all the days that we did, and for some reason I couldn't really particularly single out any one of the chapters to be more important than the other one, because all information that was shared for me was empowering me with the condition that I had. So I think singling one out, no, I don't think I would want to do that, because to me everything was equally important.
I think the challenge was a really good value for money, because it just because the amount of information, the kind of the takeaways that you would get, and the personal connection, and being able to kind of think about questions, make it completely, worth spending the time to investigate and to become more familiar with a very complicated aspect of our health. But obviously it's very important.
A lot of Q&A sessions, and then even after each coaching call every day, you gave us opportunity to ask questions. So some of even those questions that I didn't think about, like other participants or other members were asking, and that was helpful for me too. So it's nice hearing other people's questions and say, oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I would have that question too. And you were so thorough with your answers, and I actually appreciate that some of the questions you didn't really have an answer for, but you didn't make it up. You just outrightly told us, hey, I don't know about it, but I'm going to research it for you. And you actually got back to us like the next day, or even that same coaching session. So I really appreciate that.
It was a privilege to have access to someone that has so much information, has done so much research, and is just so present to be attentive to listen and how he can help. How can he guide? How can he direct? I mean, it was an environment where the exchange was so fluid and so easy. I think you would miss out if you did not participate in one of Dr. Eric's challenges.